fact, we've been telling people to go check out the coaching changes page on TexasFootball.com, and there's been one kind of glaring thing up there that's kind of flashing red.
The job that's been open.
The job
it's kind
that's
of a big
been
deal.
That job is no longer open. The Cedar Hill Longhorns have their new head coach. They confirmed him. The school board confirmed him last night. And here to talk about his new job is the new head coach of the Cedar Hill Longhorns. We are joined by Coach Carlos Lynn. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing well. How you guys doing?
Have you had anything to do these past couple of days? I mean, it seems like maybe catching up on sleep, stuff like that.
Oh my God, my head is spinning, but it's a good spin. I tell you, I'm blessed. I thank God for this opportunity and all that comes with it, and it's a lot. But I'm excited, ready for the challenge.
You are, you do have a history there at Cedar Hill. You were there as one of Coach Joey McGuire's assistants from 1998 to 2007, including being defensive coordinator for that 2006 title game. You move on to Arlington, Seguin, and now you're coming back. You're coming back to Cedar Hill. Why were you interested in coming back to Cedar Hill?
Well, when you go and you have your first head coaching job, there's a lot of things that you learn, and we're all, in his profession are looking to progress and move forward. And, when the opportunity came about here at Cedar Hill, I know I had some deep roots here in the city. I've been living in Cedar Hill since 1998, and my son is at the middle school. My wife, she works at at one of the elementary schools, so it just felt like a good fit, good time to try to come back home, and everything worked out for me.
You mentioned that Arlington Seguin, your first head coaching job. Over the course of that time, now that you have that head coaching experience, what have you learned? What are you going to take with you back to Cedar Hill?
It's some awesome responsibility to oversee young men, teenagers at that, and you get an understanding of how they hang on your words, how what you say and do, it means so much to them. They'll tell you things that they won't tell their parents, and it's more of a calling than just going out and playing football. And the thing that I've learned, although we didn't have the greatest win and loss record at Seguin, I thought we won every day because we were building men. And at the end of the day, football is huge in Cedar Hill, and we're going to continue to do big things and continue to have high expectations. But at the end of the day, all these kids are going to have to hang up the helmet and have a life, and that's what we want to produce: great men and allow them to be good husbands and fathers.
We're talking with new Cedar Hill coach Carlos Lynn here on DCTF Live. Get involved with the conversation at hashtag DCTF Live. And Coach, there is another side of the coin. You've got this great opportunity here at Cedar Hill, but you are leaving behind an Arlington Seguin program that you've helped to build and help to change a little bit. How difficult's that? Is there a bit of a bittersweet feeling knowing that you've got this great opportunity, but you're also leaving behind a program that you've grown pretty fond of?
Absolutely. Anytime you spend 9 years in one place, those roots have grown deep. The relationships that you build, and I have nothing but great things to say about the city of Arlington and Arlington Independent School District, and Kevin Ozzie, and who's our athletic director, my athletic coordinator Courtney Phillips, and my principal Sam Nix. They have treated me absolutely well, and it is bittersweet. On one hand, I'm excited about the new challenge, but I am leaving some kiddos that their hearts are broken and they don't quite understand, and we continue to explain to them that when you're a leader, you have to make tough decisions and you have to do things that's right and for your family, and I think it's a growing experience for them. But it's definitely bittersweet.
You now take over a Cedar Hill program that, let's be honest, there are huge expectations there. There is the expectation to be a state title contender year in and year out. What are your thoughts on the expectations that you are now taking on as the head coach at Cedar Hill?
Well, when you apply for this job, you understand the expectations, and the expectations will not change. The kids are working hard. This is all they know. High expectations, that's their normal. and that's the way they operate. They've been programmed, and they understand what's at stake. They understand the responsibility and the mantle that's been placed upon their shoulders. So I feel that, I understand that. You know, I helped to Coach McGuire back in the old days, helped to groom that mentality. So I know full well what the expectations are, and we're going to continue to keep them high.
We're talking with Carlos Lynn, the new head coach of the Cedar Hill Longhorns, here on DCTF Live. Get involved with the conversation, hashtag DCTF Live. Coach, want to ask you about talking to your new players. I know that it's still very new. You were just confirmed last night by the school board, but when you get an opportunity to sit down and talk to these kids, what's your message going to be to your new players?
You know, we're going to continue the Longhorn legacy. Nothing. You know, although Coach McGuire leaves big shoes to fill, we're gonna live up to the legacy. We're gonna live up to what Cedar Hill football, the brand of Cedar Hill football, has always been. Our expectations are still high, and we want kids to continue to work hard, and we want to push them even further to be more disciplined, to be more accountable, to make sure that they're taking care of business in the classroom and covering all those bases, making sure that, you know, regardless of what kind of adversity we face, we overcome that adversity. You know, we're going to be successful. We're going to go out and we're going to work night and day to make sure that we have the edge and the advantage when August comes around.
And, of course, you are taking over for Joey McGuire, who left to go be an assistant coach at Baylor. And I know last night he tweeted right after the announcement, he said, "God is good, very proud." I know that he's had your back. I know he would have been happy with pretty much anybody taking over the Cedar Hill program, but I know that he's very happy to have you taking over for him. What does it mean to have that kind of relationship with Coach McGuire?
Well, you know, as you grow older, you only have maybe a handful of friends, true friends, or people that you call friends in life. And Joey McGuire and I are friends, first and foremost. And you know, he has, you know, been an integral part in my career and even in my life with my family. You know, we are a close knit group. We never lost contact with one another, and it was very meant a lot to me, very important to me for him to have my back in this process. And I know that, you know, he was rooting for me and pulling for me. And, you know, Joe McGuire is a great man, deserves everything that he's getting right now, and I love him to death.
And I want to ask you one more thing before we let you go, because I know you're busy, Coach. But the last guest we had on this show was DeSoto coach Todd Peterman. That's the last guy we talked to. And I don't know if you may be familiar, but DeSoto and Cedar Hill are teams that, you know, maybe a bit of a rivalry there. How excited are you to tussle with the defending state champs in DeSoto?
You know, it's about time. You know, and I give Todd a hard time. He was one of the first people to reach out and congratulate me on getting the job. And then a lot of people don't know, but my son is 3 years cancer free, and Coach Peterman has been one of my son's biggest cheerleaders. And one of the things he tweeted out, he said, "Congratulations, you know, you deserve it." And I'm pretty. And when we play, Caleb is going to be wearing green and gold. LOL. I said, not a chance.
So it's all friendly. Yeah. It's all friendly until Friday night in the fall, right? And then the friendship kind of gets put on hold. Absolutely. You know,
our programs definitely respect one another. It's always a back and forth tug of war. Been like that for the longest since before I came to Cedar Hill. So I'm excited about renewing that. And Todd is a good friend of mine, and they did an outstanding job this year. Followed them, and you know, and as a matter of fact, Cedar Hill and DeSoto play basketball tonight too. So in DeSoto, so it's gonna be pretty rowdy.
It's gonna be rowdy, and the guy in the center of it, the new head coach of the Cedar Hill Longhorns, Coach Carlos Lynn. Coach, appreciate your time. I know you're busier than all get out, so appreciate you taking a little bit of time to talk to us. Congratulations again, and best of luck down the road.
Absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity. You guys have a great day.